Airbus A380, the Superjumbo story. When the Airbus A380 first flew in 2005, it wasn't just another aircraft. It was an engineering statement. The largest passenger airliner ever built. 2 full decks, 4 massive engines, and a footprint so big, airports had to rebuild taxiways and gates just to fit it in. This is the full story of the Airbus A380, with the numbers, the history, and the hard truths about aviation's most ambitious project. Why the A380 was built. In the late 1980s, Airbus saw a gap. The Boeing 747 had dominated the long-haul market since 1970, but demand for air travel was booming. Airbus believed the future was high-capacity hub-to-hub flights. Airports like London Heathrow and Singapore Changi would see hundreds of passengers transferring at once. By 2000, Airbus launched the A3XX program, soon renamed the A380, with a $25 billion development budget. The goal? A jet that could carry up to 853 passengers in all economy, or 555 in a 3-class layout, with a range of 15,200 kilometers. Engineering the giant. The A380's stats are unmatched. Length, 72.7 meters. Wingspan, 79.75 meters. Height, 24.1 meters. A wing area of 845 square meters. That's about half the size of a football field. Maximum takeoff weight, 560 tons. 4 engines, each producing around 70,000 pounds of thrust, just within ICAO's Code F category. The maximum allowed, without forcing airports into complete redesign. Passenger experience. The A380 gave airlines a blank canvas for luxury. Emirates installed 2 shower spas in first class. Singapore Airlines launched private suites with sliding doors. Qantas and Etihad added onboard lounges. Even in economy, the wider cabin meant 18.5-inch seats and noticeably quieter cabins, thanks to advanced engine design and aerodynamic winglets that cut noise and turbulence. The market problem. The first commercial service took off on October 25, 2007, Singapore Airlines, flying from Singapore to Sydney. Passengers loved it, but airlines faced an operational challenge. The industry was shifting toward point-to-point flying, using smaller, more efficient jets like the Boeing 787 Dreamliner and Airbus A350. These aircraft could fly directly between smaller cities. No massive hubs required. The A380, with its 4 engines and huge crews, was expensive to run. Only a handful of routes, Dubai to London, Sydney to Los Angeles, Heathrow to Singapore, could reliably fill an A380. The end of production. In February 2019, Airbus announced production would end by 2021. The final aircraft, MSN 272, delivered to Emirates on December 17, 2021. Only 251 units were built. Compare that to over 2,500 Boeing 747s. And you can see the commercial gap: pandemic, storage, and return. When COVID-19 hit in 2020, most A380s were grounded. Some even sent to long-term desert storage. Many predicted the Superjumbo would never return. But by 2022, high-demand routes saw the A380s come back. Emirates, Qantas, Singapore Airlines, British Airways, all reactivated dozens of aircraft. At slot-constrained airports like Heathrow, when every landing counts, bigger is better. Notable records and facts. Range, 8,000 nautical miles. Cruise speed, Mach 0.85. Fuel capacity, 320,000 liters. The flight deck, fully fly-by-wire. A glass cockpit similar to the A350 and A330 for easier pilot training. Nicknames? Superjumbo, the Whale. And among pilots, the Gentle Giant. A paint job requires over 3,000 liters, adding nearly half a ton of weight. Runway requirement, 2,900 meters for takeoff at max weight. Service ceiling, 43,000 feet. The Airbus A380 is a marvel, a mix of bold engineering and unmatched luxury. It may never see production again, but in the airports where it still roars to life, the A380 continues to turn heads and win hearts for aviation fans. It's not just an aircraft, it's a legend,